Okay, hello and welcome to the second video. This one we're going to start by populating our Webflow collections with our Shopify data. So as you can see, we've got these CMS collections that are already set up and ready to go, but they don't have anything in them. And then what we'll do is we'll then start working through the Webflow site and start to build out our website using the new Smootify enabled Relume components. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is head on over into our Shopify store. And before we get started, make sure you click on products, and we just need to make sure that the headless sales channel is configured for the various different products that we want to come across in the sync. So select all of them, go to bulk edit, and in the columns here, you will find a sales channel called headless. So just tick that on there, and you can see here at present, only those 3 products would come across. So make sure you just select all the products that you want to include and hit save.
So next up, we need to open up our Smootify desktop syncer, add in our username and passwords, and we'll go through this particular few steps. Okay, so what we need to do is just find our new site, and we'll just go and link everything up. So this is for the product collection, so we'll just choose products. We'll confirm that, and we'll get our collections. We'll confirm that, and finally vendors as well. Okay, so once that's done, you can enable auto sync, but we're just going to hit the sync now button, and we'll let it do its thing, and then we'll get on over into Webflow.
Okay, so everything's now synced. So what we'll do now is just head on over to our Webflow. We'll just refresh the page, and if we go back into our collections, we'll see here we now have all of our new products and collections and vendors. Everything's been loaded for us. So awesome.
Okay, so in the second part of the video, what we're going to start doing is start customizing our Smootify Relume template that we've cloned already. So if you haven't got this template and you haven't done the previous step, make sure you go and sort that out first. It's the video 1, and that just basically gets everything ready for us to get started. So if we go into here, we're going to just start copying and pasting and plopping things in and seeing how we can begin building out a fully functional headless Shopify store using the Smootify and Relume component library. Okay, so first step we're going to do is we are going to just delete this section. Now, if you've used Relume before, there's a really handy app that comes with it, which gives you something called class sync. So if you're going to be using a component library, it's really good to have this on and good to go, because basically what will happen is if you're copying and pasting components from a component library over, you're going to create duplicate classes for things. So it'll be like header 1, 2, header 3, header 4, etc., etc. And we don't really want that to happen because it just bloats your CSS file. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on a basic homepage layout and adding some product information. So if we go on into the Smootify Relume library, you'll see here we've got a number of different components pretty much ready to go. So we're just going to go a nav bar, and we're going to do some product headers on our product pages, and we'll add product lists to our homepage as well. And we'll use a couple of other components from the other parts of the Relume library to pad out the rest of the site. Okay, so we'll just grab a nav bar. And what you'll see here is we've got a whole host of different navbars that we can use, and each of these has already been configured with a cart that works with Smootify and Shopify. If we grab this one, for example, and you just need to click the copy button, head on over into our Webflow project within the main wrapper, just paste it in here. You can see the class sync is doing what it needs to be done. And what you can see here is we have our mini cart that's already been configured. If I click on that, you'll see here it's got the Smootify custom objects already pre-configured, so you don't need to do anything else except obviously style to taste. Okay, so now let's grab a header. So what we'll do is we'll go into the normal Relume library, and we'll just go all components, and we'll just go to the marketing ones, and we'll grab in here a hero header section. It doesn't matter which one you want, it's obviously whichever one you need. So just copying that, head on back over into the Webflow project, again just dropping into the main wrap and pasting from there. All right, so now let's create a product list underneath this particular header, and all we need to do is go into the Relume library and we'll find product list. So we click on that. I'm going to just choose this one for the time being, so I'll just copy that, hit on, and we'll just drop it again into that main wrap. Now something that we need to do is actually configure this like we would with any normal collection list. So there's an extra few steps we need to do, and these cards are a placeholder for the time being.
So first thing we need to do here is just drop in a collection list. We'll just go in here and we'll just link it up with our products. All right, we're going to restrict it to 3. So we'll just say limit items, and we'll just move that to 3. Very good. All right, now what we need to do is just pull one of these cards across. So we just grab one of those and we just copy and paste it and plop it in there. Now, obviously, the styling of this particular card is wrong, so we want to make sure we got all this lovely responsiveness that comes straight out the box from Relume. So what we'll do is we'll just take this particular class, which is the product 9 list, and we'll just apply it to our collection list. So product 9 list, and there it is. And then we have that. Okay, so then we can just delete this list. So we get rid of that, and we've pretty much got this linked up. So now what you do is just link it up like you would any other normal collection list. So we just go into here. So let's go and link up the image, and we'll just give that to the image, and we start seeing them come through. And then same thing with product name, variant. This one we can say is, let's use the vendor, and then prices. So this is the compare price. So quite importantly, we need to link this up with the compare price, because you can see we've got data price, compare price. So if we just go in here and we just say compare price formatted, and then for this one it is the price formatted as well. So we've got price and price formatted. All right, then it's just the link. So if we go into the product link element and we just choose the product that we want to go to. All right, that's done. Okay, so there's just one last thing we need to link up, and if we go into the product, you'll see here there's this little custom element, and we basically need to just make sure that we're linking the data ID. This is critical to get everything to work. So if we go into this custom attribute, we just need to link this with our Shopify ID. All right, hit publish and save. Okay, so now let's create a product page. So if we go into our collection templates, you can see here it's completely empty. So because we're using client first, we want to bring across some of the base structure. So if we just copy this and we go into our product page template, we can just paste it in there. Now, because we're reutilizing some components, what you would typically want to do is just make this into a symbol. So we'll call this one nav, for example, and then we can reuse that one wherever we want. So if I just bring that back over onto the homepage for neatness, we'll get rid of that one, pop the new one. Okay. All right, so now if we go back into the products page, what we're going to want to do is get rid of some of the stuff that we don't need. So we'll get rid of that. And if we go back into our Relume library and we want to go find the product headers, okay, we'll just scroll down and we'll find product headers. So we'll go into there and we'll just choose one that we want. I'll just choose this one, just like we did before. We just go back into the main wrapper, paste it in there, and we have it coming across. Now, exactly the same as before, we need to make sure that we're linking up the Shopify data ID. So that should be step number 1. This is critical to get things to be synced. So just make sure you link that. And then just like we've done before previously as well, just going through and just linking up with various different information to get everything to work as you normally would. So from there, and then let's get our compare price. So remember, compare price formatted, price formatted. All right, so this section here will populate from the Shopify description. So if we look at this rich text object, we've got here product equals description. And if you don't know where that is, if I go into one of the products, for example, we go into this one here, this particular field, whatever you type here is going to populate and come across into that area. Now, these here as well, these option variants, option 1, 2, and 3, those will come through and get populated from your variant system. Again, we'll use this product as an example. If I go and start here and adding in, say, for instance, size and a color, blue, done, that information is going to start coming into here. Now, you have the option to have 3 of them, and you can see here that each of them has a data option 1, data option 2, data option 3. All right, so that's pretty much that. Hit publish. Alrighty. And finally, we're going to set up a cart page. So what we'll do is we'll just go into our project. We'll create a new page and we'll call it cart. And just like we did before, we'll just copy and paste over our structure. So we'll just take it from the home page, copy that, go into our cart page, place it in there. And then if we just delete everything we don't need, and we'll head on over to our library again. And what we'll do is we'll just go and find our cart page and we'll go to there and let's just grab anyone. So let's go with option 1. Okay, back into our cart page and paste it. Okay, so this component works pretty much out the box. So just style to taste and you're pretty much good to go. All right, let's just publish and then let's just test things out. So if we go to the home page, we'll hit refresh. Here's our new page. We have our products coming through. Let's go to this one and we can see all our product data is coming through. We have our different variants, which is coming through from our variant system. And now if I go and I add to cart, you'll see it's adding to here. And we have a fully working cart here. So if, for example, I can remove product that I don't want. Now we haven't set up our link to our view cart, so we can quickly do that. So if we just go into here and we'll just show the menu and we just link this up to our page that we've just created. So cart. All right, publish that back into here, refresh. And then if we go view cart, we'll see our cart information coming through correctly. So, okay, so that's the end of the video. In the next video, we're going to install the headless theme to get everything working. So it gives you the ability to customize your Shopify checkout pages, for example, and also just getting the redirects working within a headless environment so that everything just basically links up correctly. Hope you found this video useful, and yeah, see you in the next one.